Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. Today is a Sunday and I've got to relearn the Mirage 2000C. Now I did learn it briefly about 18 months ago. Learned it when Sherman was in the group and I did it just to do some tutorials for you guys and then probably forgot about it. And I haven't really used the Mirage since because in my mind, lovely plane as it is, it's just not actually that useful. It's not as good as a fighter, as an F-15. It's not as good as a bomber, as a Harrier. It's not as good a fast ground attack as a Viggen. I never really found a place for it. But I'm giving it another go, and I'm also aware that it's going to have improvements and upgrades soon, allowing it to carry bigger missiles, so it's a good time to learn it. So we're going to go in. I'm pretty much going to start from scratch, and I'm just going to film it in 2 or 3 episodes, and might help some of you guys, and you might enjoy it, you might not, but there it is. Okay, Stahl, I've got Stahl here, and I've got some boys. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello. Hello, boys.
That was the boys. Hello. Okay, so where's this goddamn Mirage? See if I'm going.
I'm in Godora. You can just look for my name.
Roger. It's Godata, not Godota. We're speaking Russian now, not German. I'm reading a great book on World War II at the moment. It's old. It's a 1988 book. It's just after the Ultra Decrypts had been declassified. Really, it's actually really smart book. And about how before 1980, before a lot of the stuff was declassified. There's lots of books, obviously, between 1945 and kind of the 80s, but how little information they had and how much stuff they had to not make up, but just didn't know, and how they had to rewrite all the books again in the 80s when physically didn't know about all this stuff that was going on behind the scenes and spies and I find it fascinating just the history of the history. Anyway, that's probably near here nor there, Star. We need to do Mirage. Right, I'm looking at a cockpit. It looks
So I just looked up how to say Godora, and according to my source selection, it's actually Gouda.
Good, hang on, let me have a look at it.
Ooh, is it a kind of cheese?
There's too many syllables in that. I'm afraid you're wrong, Charles. I don't like it when you're wrong.
There's a U after the A. Can't just ignore that and say Goudada. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, I see. Goudahuta.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, I'm never going to say it, but I'm a Goudahuta. Otherwise known as Godada. Right, guys, Mirage.
Cheese.
It looks a bit like a F-16 in here. Does anyone think that? It looks simple. One thing that annoys me already is it's dark. Dark cockpits I hate because I've got bad eyes.
Sticks on the wrong side, and well, it's not on the side, and not on the MFDs for an F-16.
Is the F-16 stick on the right? Oh, it is, isn't it? Right, yeah, God. Oh, I'm going to get used to that. Well, actually, I won't because I don't actually have to press it. Right, guys, how do we make this cockpit bright and not ugly? Here we go, UV instrument panel. Let's get this lit up. Hope it's got good lighting.
Don't need to hate left-hand drive planes.
Yeah, lols. Okay, I've turned it to Wadi. Turn the up. It's a little bit better. It's still a bit dark for my liking, but there you go. It looks nice and pretty simple. I'm a fan of a simple cockpit. I know it's got a fair bit of functionality, this plane, so it's done well to keep it relatively simple. So the next thing we need to do, guys, is we need to look at the controls. We can learn a lot about how to... My controls are all set up when I learned it with Sherman, so obviously the axis is the axis. For fire, we've got weapon fire, bombs ready, so it looks like everything's done with the trigger star. There is no weapon release, so weapon release is trigger. My usual lock button or TDC depress is STT/TWS toggle lock, so that's how we're going to lock things. This has got a TWS, is it, Stahl?
Yes, if you only press your lock button once, then it will actually be a TWS.
Question, why would it have that without any missiles that can make use of it, or any... Is it just so you can... No, I can't see any use of it.
You can at least track people in 3D and actually see them on your HUD without necessarily giving them a warning that you're locking them.
Yeah, understood. Right, that's that. Check trim, trim's normal. Check this. We've got TDC left, right, up and down. I've got that on the keys as well. So TDC depress, I'm kind of in Hornet mode at the moment, is going to be STT lock. What we got here on the weapons button, we've got special mode forward. That's interesting. Special mode aft. Magic, slave.
The special modes are for dogfighting modes, like your boresight mode and vertical scan mode and such.
Special mode forward, is that boresight? Because that's in my usual boresight position.
I forgot. I think there's 3 different modes, and for one of them you have to tap one of them twice.
Oh god. Right, well I've got special modes aft, I've got special mode forward. I don't see any other? No, they said yes, just those. Yeah, right. I see it. I see what you mean.
You'll need a special mode reset as well, by the way, to get out of it.
Roger. I'm slightly triggered at the moment because this plane is set up so old that it's completely different to how I would set my plane up nowadays. Do I have to change it or not? I'm going to leave it for now. Yeah, I think I should do it. I think I like to use cursor keys and left hand for TDC, and it's old-fashioned, but just because I don't have a particularly good joystick. So what we're going to do is set up the gun to that. Magic Slave and Designate. So nozzle steering is that. So Magic Slave, target unlock, special mode deselect. So that's that. This is actually going to be troublesome. So Magic Slave, deactivate target is that. Okay, so I do not want it there. So what I'm going to do is clear that. I'm going to go there. That's that, gentlemen. Okay, which leaves this stick of that. Can you select? Is there a command for selecting weapons, like select Super 530, select magic, stuff like that?
There's new buttons. You need to PCA select, magic select, and gun select.
Stand by. PCA. Yep.
So what's CNM?
So it's changed.
Shady entry room I want.
Twigster, he's about 030 from you.
Type PCA in style.
Yep.
They've changed it so you can only select magic and cannon on your HOTAS.
Roger, can we not select 1 verse 530 from the HOTAS?
That's why you use PCA select.
Ah, right, I see. Do you know which slot it would be, PCA? Button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a Super 530? Or is it going to vary?
I don't know. I just put PCA select, and then whenever you press that, it generally goes back to 530 if you've already.
Biggest like another 1.5.
All right, I will. I'll do some. Yeah, okay. I'll have a play with that. CNM neutral, is that a thing? Or is that not a thing? I don't think it's a thing, is it, by the sound of it? It's on the HOTAS though, it sounds like it should be. Have you got C?
I'll see it, I don't know what it is though.
Have you got it on you? Have you got it bound?
Nope.
I don't.
Okay, we'll leave that for now, guys. Okay, you know what? Cap's just going to use his intuition. That may be completely wrong, but we're going to try that. So, I've got... that's PCA button 1, that's magic, that's guns. Kind of makes sense, because guns and magic you'll need to get in an urgent situation. Super 530, you won't really need to select that urgently, so it kind of makes sense. So that there. And now I'm going to just see what my normal... oh god, what's this called on a Hornet? Center select switch is special modes forward, special modes aft. So I'll keep that as guns back up, just as a double check, and that isn't anything at the moment. Okay, guys. I'm fairly happy with that at the moment. Check wheel brakes, yep. Check nozzle steering, yep. What's this? Do we have a simple autopilot? I've got nothing bound on my autopilot button. Let's go and have a look. Autopilot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if your target unlocks special modes deselect bound.
Hang on.
Yeah, he does.
I'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah, there's altitude hold and stuff.
Roger, do you press altitude hold to actually engage the autopilot, or do you press autopilot to engage the autopilot? Does that make sense?
Autopilot and then...
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
Box 3.
Okay, that's fine. What was the question, Stahl?
Target unlock / special mode deselect or something like that.
Right, I've got that as... yep, I got that as... yeah, target unlock special mode deselect. So whatever that does, I've got that selected. Actually, well, yeah, I know what it does.
Well, it unlocks target and it gets you out of the closed combat mode, basically.
Right, okay, so I'm happy with that. I've got my autopilot selected now. We haven't got flaps in this thing. I've got gear. I'm going to get rid of that because that is dangerous the way I fly nowadays. Going to get that right rid of that. Air brake on or off. That's normal. Custom snap view. We don't use that. God, this is so 2017. The way I've got this set up.
Your radar, maybe, like silence and.
Yep, that's.
Silent and
we're going to need that. Let me just decoy. I've got panic release and program release style. I don't get that. Why don't we have chaff and flare release? Am I missing something?
Just the Mirage is weird.
Right, we're getting rid of program.
Panic, yeah. Keep program and put your panic on flare. What you'd normally have for flare.
Right, let me just try that. That would be flare, and program is that. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about that in a bit then. That's all good, guys. Check I've got order start. Yes, I have. That's all that done. Now, what did you say, Charles? You said something before this. I forgot what you said.
Your radar. Standby.
Radar. Yeah, because that's something.
18 British spy.
So I'm going to type radar in the search. So radar.
Copy that.
Have you got radar off and on, or is it no?
Radar on and standby.
So radar on. So I just want a button to press. This one here is going to be radar on. If I can get it to work, yes. And the other one is standby. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you could also have range increase and decrease if you feel like that,
Yes,
and then there's the standard slow control.
I would definitely like that. So range, increase, decrease. I haven't got that set up. It shows that I've never flown this plane. So increase, what does that? That means get bigger values. So I think that's the way around.
Yeah, Twigster, you want to try to take out this enemy AWACS?
Okay, that's that storm. What about slew radar up and down? Antenna elevation.
Radar antenna up and down, yeah. You want that.
What is it called? Is it called antenna? There it is. Up, down, center. Up, down, center. That's pretty cool. So, oh, I've already got that, but I'll put center in as well. So up is, down is 2. So yep, got that. Happy with that, boys? Shit, I've got to do a new video for setting my keys up by the looks of it. Alright, that should be it. Let me go and play with the radar, see if we can get that to work. So, radar on, radar off, works, happy, antenna up. Antenna.
Sure, you know what your nose-wheel steering / IFF button is? That's quite important.
IFF button?
Nose-wheel steering is also your IFF button.
Roger. Okay, so I've got that. Yep, you'd have to teach me how to use that. Radio looks pretty simple. I see a VHF there. And a UHF there. A manual program guard, primary. Everything looks relatively with presets there.
M is not manual.
Marche?
Yeah, it's on.
On, yeah. On. Marche on, preset guard. 25, the wattage won't make any difference, I can guarantee it. And the mode is off. Primary plus guard. F and H probably won't do anything in DCS. The UHF is preset only. The VHF is preset or manual, so that should all be relatively simple. I remember there's problems here with the master arms and stuff. So master arm is on the left of... What's that? The weapon selector panel called, where there's all those weapons showing. What's that called?
Well,
PCA. It's called a PCA. So master arm on is there, but you've also got a gun arm. That always gets me in a dogfight whenever I flew this about once.
yeah, you also have a G limiter switch, which should be down when you have bombs on or something like that.
Can you tell me what that's called?
It's called
found it.
FBW G limiter switch.
Found it. If I haven't got bombs, what should it be on?
Well, basically, only when you have only air-to-air weapons on board, so no bags, no bombs, no nothing, then it should be up to AA. Otherwise, I mean, it will whine at you when it's in the wrong setting.
Understood. Right, okay, got that. Is this thing started, by the way? Right, okay. So, things to batter into memory. That is a gun master arm. That doesn't touch that. That is your G limit. Really? Are you shouting at me for a reason, aeroplane? No, thank you. Okay, I keep getting beeped, so I'm going to press everything until it stops beeping.
Oh, what does it say on your warning light panel? I can't tell if these lights are on or not. Well, if it's just like pale yellow, that just means it's a caution light, but it's off.
Well,
and the red ones just look black when they're off.
Well, I'm not getting beeped anymore, so I'm good. Right, so that is air-to-air only, which is probably how I'm going to fly this plane. So always up, always up, always up.
Well, no, the thing is, when you're using bags, you still need it down. That's the annoying thing.
Right, next thing is, because tomorrow, one thing I'm going to need is a bag. Do you need to do anything to suck the fuel out of the bag, or is that automatic?
Automatic.
What about if I want to dump that bag, which I will need to? We've got just a simple Admiral's doorbell to press.
You want to arm your master arm, select your pylon, and directly underneath the master arm you see a yellow.
Okay.
That's a selective jettison switch. So you turn that on, then you just pull the trigger, and you turn it off again.
Well, we'll go through that in a bit. Let's go up with the bag, shall we? So, oh, I'm already armed. Let me just check. I am, Starlight. I am already armed. How sexy.
I'm not.
Right. Oh, I've got some weird pod on me. What is that? That is a
Eclair.
Countermeasures. Is that countermeasures on the left? That stupid little box there.
It's, I think, Chamber and extra countermeasures or something like that.
Right. What's IR's flares? What's EM on that box? Is that your chaff? Roger. I've got a switch for auto.
Because I'm finding 1.5
neutral
data.
and off.
4 miles out.
By the way, you might want to rearm your flares as well, because you spawn only with 12 or so. You can up that to 48 without decreasing your chaff.
Doing. Request rearming. This little box I'm working on, Starl. The little
Sorry, what box?
The ECM box. I've got auto, middle, and off for the red switch.
Yeah, middle is manual. If you look at this menu.
Does it?
So auto will, as far as I'm aware, dispense for you, but it's quite wasteful.
Oh, is this countermeasures, not ECM? I'm getting mixed up here between ECM.
This is countermeasures. Your chamber is on the right side on your.
Yeah, well, it calls it.
Right
Hover on that button. It says ECM, which is obviously just wrong, isn't it? So.
Well, it's technically electronic countermeasures. Chaff is.
Well, let's stick on this box. Then there's ECM box switch right, which is program or S release. Is that self release?
I'm sorry, where are you right now?
Same box, Joel. Bottom right of it.
Oh, the orange one?
No, the other one. That's not, we've talked about the orange one.
Yeah, I've never used that, to be honest.
Oh, good lord. Right, well, I get it I want control over my countermeasures, so I'm going to. This isn't a bloody Tomcat, so I'm going to go S self-release. I think that's what that means. ECM, that's the thing we need to have. Where are we going, Charles? I'm looking down and right, I'm going to guess. And I'm right.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I've got standby, square, PCM, or test. Am I looking at the right one? Standby, box, and PCM?
Yeah, it's Bell and PCM and the square, yeah.
So do we want it to on?
Square's like typical jammer. PCM's not modeled. A jammer that's so powerful you can't use your own radar.
Funny. So square, we want square, do we?
If you want jammers, yes.
Roger. And the middle switch, do we want that to on for the power?
Well, I think you want all 4 of those to the center position.
Yeah, I see this. This is ECM, RWR, and missile warning system, right. Oh, God, I just did a video about this, and that's why I couldn't get that.
1 mile out, 1.5 data.
So frustrating stuff. Right, RWR, right. Yeah.
Also, one switch that is very important, if you look a little bit further forward, there's 4 zeros, right? And straight outward of that, there's your IFF power. You want to turn that on.
IFF power needs to go on, right? Are you telling me it's not automatic from a hot start, you're telling me?
Nope.
No wonder people friendly fire in this fucking thing.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. When they change
It's exactly the reason why people friendly fire a lot on the Mirage.
So we want it to sect, is that right?
Cont. I'm actually not sure what sect does, but cont definitely works.
I don't have cont. I have offsect and blank.
Just turn it one further, you'll see it.
Roger, I'll do. IFF, we don't need to worry about the code and stuff because DCS, left and right antenna, I'm guessing that is down at the bottom. IFF, yeah, it probably is. Okay, right, so, Mirage, drum it into your head. Master arm, which keeps going off for some reason, going back on. Gun arm, which has gone off again for some reason, go back on. Air to air, need to turn off now because
you're rearmed. When you rearm, those things go off.
Roger, turn that off there. This box we think we can leave as it is, the ECM box. Radios we're not going to touch unless we need to. Square for the ECM and turn it on, assuming that you want it on, obviously. I wonder if there's a toggle that we can set to the E key. That's the next thing I'm going to go and do. Toggle to the E key. Adjust controls. ECM. Sweet! There's nothing under ECM. What's it called? Fucking...
Greasy Fox 3.
There is jammer, activate standby toggle. E.
I've got it as BR power switch. That's probably the most sensible thing, isn't it? Or no, sorry, EW mode selector switch.
Cap is already by default bound as E is jammer, activate / standby toggle.
Is it standby? Let me have a look. It doesn't work, so E doesn't do it. Let me go and check and ask why you would lie about such a thing. It is right. It doesn't work though. If I press E, it just stays on square. Confirm.
I concur.
So that's a fucking useful. How about I go to standby? No, it just doesn't work. It's, again, they probably changed something, so let's go and have a look at that. It was EW something something switch. So EW space. Really? All of that's got EW? Unbelievable. Let's try and find it again.
It's all the view has EW space.
EW mode selector. EW mode. Fuck me, it hasn't found it. Really? This the game we're going to play today, Mirage? Not doing it. How about jammer mode? Ah, here we go. Jammer mode on off this. Yay! There is a. And it's fucking it. It just doesn't work, Star. It just doesn't work. It's just Mirage. It doesn't work.
Well, then you can bind to his square and veil.
Roger. So what do I want? I won't need W. So E is going to be on. W is going to be off. So square is E. What's off? Veal or PCM or fucking.
Veil is standby.
Roger.
Greasy Fox 2.
What we need is an English cockpit in this bitch.
Or just learn
It's available in special.
Fox 2.
Okay, that works, Joel. That's one thing that's working. Right.
There's an English cockpit special.
Oh, is there? Oh, hang on. I think I've got an English cockpit. Have I got an English cockpit? Yeah, I have got an English. Look at me complaining. It's already in English. Right. Yeah, I meant the menu for the buttons is in French still. Stupid. Right. Attack air, not going to touch the thing. Vor, not going to touch the thing. Oh god, I've got to learn Vor at some point, but not today.
Which is bound for Gudara Airport, runway 15.
I've got to learn basic waypoints, but we can, I mean real basic, so that. Okay, Star, I think I'm ready to take off. Can't think of anything else. Just see what happens on turn autopilot.
Refueling probe.
Okay, that's autopilot. So how would I select altitude hold? I would go altitude hold button. That's probably toggleable and altitude. Selected altitude. Altitude hold.
15 data.
Okay, Star, are we taking off? Where are you? Star, where are you?
The hangar.
What do you mean the hangar? Come to the bloody runway. Alright, I'm going to the runway 13 with the boys. 33 with the boys.
Make it 15.
15 is the active cap.
Oh, good lord! Oh, fine. Oh, you know how I hate rules. RWR, is that threat-based or center strength-based style talk?
Smush is downwind to 15. Gudara. I'm downwind.
Aren't you practically all threat based?
No, why would you say that? F-15, not threat-based. F-5, not threat-based. A-10C, not threat-based. A-10A, not threat-based.
See, that's a bunch of planes I don't fly much.
That's your loss then.
Yeah, F5 and A10 kind of is. F15 not so much. Why is it absolutely quiet in my cockpit? I don't get it. It's like there's no sound.
This is why I rated down the sound engine for this plane, because it's got
I don't think it used to be like that.
Yes, it did still. Yes, it did. This is one of the reasons why I never liked flying it, because it's either no sound at all or all the sound when you put afterburner on. It's like, if you're going to sell this fucking module for 70 quid or whatever it costs, dollars, fucking at least turn the sounds, mix them roughly, you know, like a child could roughly mix them the same volume. Just the effort that goes into it fucks me off. Anyway.
Twigster RTB to Granada.
Well,
The external burner is awesome.
if I'm gonna make a module and I'm gonna charge money for it, like real people money, at least balance the sounds out. I mean, it's literally a really easy thing to do. They've got to turn up the WAVs, do the mix again, and that's it. How hard is that? It takes a fucking monkey.
I really don't remember this being so quiet. I can't hear a bloody thing.
You're remembering wrong, Shard. You're remembering wrong. Sorry.
Might be.
Cat eye twitching.
Oh shit. What I meant to say was it's mixed really good. And I hope to get early access on the next excellent Raspberry module. That's what I actually meant, of course, by saying that. I know, but you have to. This is what annoys me about DCS, the community. You have to call things out if they're wrong. Like, I'm getting jumped on it as soon as I say anything bad about any module. Tomcat, Mirage, the helicopter, anything bad. No, you're wrong. You're an idiot. You're a fucking wanker. Well, you know, if you can't criticise things, then it's not really a democracy, is it? You have to be allowed to criticise.
Right.
Doesn't mean you can't be an idiot and a fucking wanker and still right about something.
Supercab is an idiot. Super's a lovely, beautiful man. Right, stop.
Good order, 15.
Well, I'm getting all fired up. This is supposed to be relaxing.
How hard to kill that AWACS, is it?
Hang on, Star. I've just got to do my checks. Oh, right, yeah, here's the question. Okay, so here's the thing, Star. I want to know what my engine's doing, okay? So what I want, I guess, is... what do I actually want? RPM setting? Let me just play with the engines. That's RPM. Under N, would you agree? Percent RPM?
Yes.
Needle's a bit widgety, it's not very smooth, but okay, I'll allow it. It's temperature. Now, what the hell is that thing on the right? Is that fuel burn? Kilograms per something something?
Kilograms per minute, yes.
Kilograms per minute of fuel burn. So what would we actually use? Yeah, so we'd use RPM, wouldn't we? Okay. How do you tell the afterburner? Got an afterburner light.
Green light, the PC light above, and also underneath the kilograms per minute, you can set your
okay.
bingo.
Accelerometer. Got a old-fashioned HSI. Actually like them quite a lot. This thing, the scope underneath the HUD, is that just the radar scope only, or is it like a proper MFD, like a Hornet, where you can select nav and stuff? It's going to be a radar scope only, isn't it, I imagine?
It's only radar as far as I'm aware, yeah.
Feels an early... I've read about the Mirage, but it's a long time since I read it. This feels like an early plane. It feels like Tomcat early, like late 70s or something. Do anyone know when the... No, this is the C model. Does anyone know when this plane was? I've forgotten.
I'm not sure. But, I mean, in principle, the Mirage design is pretty old. The Mirage 3 is like F5 era or something.
Australia got Mirage 3s before their F-18.
I mean, I think this is I think this is late 80s, the Mirage 2000, but the cockpit feels older than that. It feels Tomcat era to me. But I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It just seems a bit behind the time to me. However, it simply might be because we're used to seeing the F-18s and the F-16s from literally, 2000 onwards. And the A10C we've got is really late, so maybe I'm just a bit out of touch. Anyway, Charles, should we take off? What would be a typical takeoff for rotation speed? Anything I should know about? Any flight characteristics?
You want to pull your nose off at about 120 knots or so, and pull off the ground at about 150, depending on your weight. If you don't pull your nose up, you're going to wreck your tires.
Roger. Okay, it's pretty standard. 120 is low, and speed is going to appear, I guess, when we go. Right, the HUD. Do we set that in mode, or will it follow us automatically if we select weapons and stuff? I'm guessing the latter.
I think for the most part the latter.
Roger. Okay, cap's ready to follow.
Also, your nose wheel steering, you want to turn it either off now or when you reach about 15 knots or so when you have rudder authority.
Okay, I'm turning it off. Excuse me now. It appears to be toggle modal, so that's fine. Right.
Yeah, Cap, you were right. It was designed in the 70s. Military Introduction 84.
Yeah, it does feel. It does feel that. Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense. Hello, Shifty. Okay, Stahl, take it away when you're ready.
Right. Hold brakes. Spool up. Release and gate in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. Afterburner sounds great, guys. It does sound great, but.
Sounds great from the outside.
You've got to have the non-afterburner sound. If you go and listen to a real aircraft, it doesn't just get 10 times louder when the afterburner comes on. It gets about 20% louder, 30% louder.
Gear up.
I wasn't listening and I fucking got ground strike. Oh, now look what's happened, Star. What's happened? I was busy ranting and I forgot to take off. I'm okay, I just blew my tyres up. This is why Cap should never be allowed to do anything.
You just blew up, Cap?
I'm alright, I just lost my rubber. Okay, I'm coming, Shaw.
With the Mirage actually on takeoff, I find you need to be kind of rough. You need to kind of force the nose up, otherwise you just fuck up your tire.
Roger, kind of vegan style. Tell me about the thing, Shaw, please.
The thing.
Yeah, I was going to say. Okay, it's got good linear wind noise. Tell me about how she flies. How much control do we have of this thing? It feels like I don't have a great deal of control. Scratch that.
1.5.
Well, it's fly-by-wire, so it does a lot of stuff for you. It's quite easy to fly. One thing that I personally slightly dislike is the fact that you have less sensitivity pushing the stick forward than pulling.
Interesting.
I find it really annoying during refuel and such, because it just screws with your muscle memory.
Roger.
Other than that, if you really want all the control and all the turnability, obviously you want to turn on your air-to-air mode, but currently we have bags, so you could damage or even rip those off.
Roger. Checking I'm clean, and I am. Okay, you want mil power, Stahl?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll take the power back.
Roger. Okay. Yeah. God, it's fast, isn't it? It is fast. I mean, I do.
Yeah, she'll quite happily sit just on the Mark 1 at low altitude with no afterburner.
Roger. Okay. Right.
The guy yesterday in Satal flying the Mirage, just outrunning missiles up high. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've got. I mean, you may have seen my comparison videos with the Mirage. I mean, to me, I always get myself into trouble. But again, if you speak the truth, you get in trouble. At the end, it looks like it's way over-modelled in terms of performance. It's kinetically better than a lot of the planes, which in real life, in the books, it isn't. So maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, I don't want to get myself in trouble again. Just ban me from more modules. Right. Charlie Wally, should we do a little bit of radar? Can you stop lagging out and disappearing, Charles? That is getting right on my nerves. Yeah. Okay, you're back now. No, you're still lagging out. Has anyone else got this shit? This is anti-server being weird.
Yeah, I think since the last update or two, it's been pretty bad.
Well, I can't really fly with you, Charles, because you just keep disappearing constantly.
Sorry.
How many people on the server with high ping? That's probably causing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before on any server. And I've never seen any problems on any other server, so I reckon Auntie's got something weird going on here. It's only got 20 people in it.
I don't know, I mean, if you want to fuck around with the radar, you don't need to see me, do you?
No, I'm actually going to try locking you anyway. I'm going to let you go. Right, radar. Let me turn it on first. Radar is on. Okay, this is not a B-scope. This is not a B-scope. It's the first thing I see. This is a, what's it called? What's, Z-scope? N-scope? Oh, come on. B-scope is a square. What's this called, Stahl? God, it's been a while.
I don't know, but you can toggle that.
Roger, stand by for toggle
on the left.
Looking.
Probably P-scope.
P-scope, that's it. P-scope, yeah. So that's a B-scope. Okay, I'm nothing against it as long as I know it's a P-scope. Okay, now let me see. I can see there's a contact to chevron.
Yes.
What does that chevron mean? Is it showing me the azimuth? What's it telling me?
It just shows you where it is and how far away it is.
So it doesn't tell you the azimuth unless I lock it. Are you telling me that?
It does show you the azimuth, yes. If it's left or right, then it's to left or right.
Let me try that again. I didn't mean to say that. What I meant, does it show you their aspect? What their direction they're flying?
Yeah. Lock.
Only if you lock, is that right?
If you lock it.
Roger. I can see my range there. Let me play with my range.
It also goes, tends to ghost then.
Is that a ripcord talking? If so, there's something wrong with your voice.
Yep.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
Kind of. You're breaking up. Are you downloading or something? Or uploading?
No, hang on.
Well, I'm by no means an expert with the Mirage, but on the right side of the screen you do have a couple of switches that allow you to toggle a couple of things, such as the target heading, altitude, Mach number, and target speed. They don't work? Are you sure? I think they used to.
Okay, guys, so I'm moving my TDC around. I found the range scale. Moving my TDC around. What I can see on my TDC is a number on the left, which must be the range from me, and two numbers on the right, which must be the upper limits of the B sweep at the top and the lower limits at that range in terms of angels. That must be right. So I'm going to lock this guy by pressing the lock button. So that's weird, that didn't do anything. Let me try that again. It's disappeared. Let me try this guy here. Supercap can't lock anything. Am I meant to be in some kind of air-to-air mode or something first?
That I don't know of. Is the TWS toggle target lock enter by default?
How do I know if I've locked something, guys? Am I being a dick here?
There should be vertical lines to the left and right of the target.
No, it's definitely not locking this guy.
Maybe because I'm jamming? You should take it off.
Am I trying to lock myself or something?
Are you doing the chevron at the very bottom?
My apologies. There is now a box around U-style and the HUD. And yes, it is working now. I think it was that jammer or something, or you lagging or something like that.
Yeah, I just turned it off. The jammer will really fuck with the Mirage's radar.
Now, I see some... The annoying thing is I haven't got any numbers by you, even though I've got you locked on the scope.
That sounds shady. Turning on.
On the P-scope, I don't have any numbers by you, which I should do. What am I doing wrong there? If you lock something, should you see a number by the chevron?
Don't know by heart right now. Is there anyone I can look around?
That's kind of a problem I'm having at the moment. Just everyone keeps disappearing off my radar because of lag, which is kind of a little bit touch annoying, if I'm honest. I'm going to try and find someone else. We've got an F10 here. Yes,
Greasy
we have.
Fox 3.
Right, there was a young man here called Wolfie in an F-18. So if we head 320, where's my heading tape? There it is. Let's find Mr.
Command
Wolfie.
Tower, Shady, short finals, runway 1.
How high is he?
It was 7, so it's going to be about 2,000 above the mountains. That's weird, it's not on my scope. It is kilometres or miles we're working with, Charles. Oh, kilometres or miles?
I think miles, but I'm frankly not sure because the Mirage is a weird mix of.
Roger.
Mirage is kind of a weird mix of Imperial and metric.
Right, I'm trying to look Wolfie, but he's just not fucking there. Which is a little bit scary. How do I tell what azimuth my... Oh, it's because I'm on a weird azimuth. Right, so azimuth... Sorry, not azimuth. What's the other opposite azimuth? The elevation. I was on a weird elevation. I found Mr. Wolfie.
It's on the left side.
Roger, yeah, I just screwed up. Right, which one's which? Okay, he is to the left. Yeah, this server is balked, guys, and I mean balked. I can't do this. I'm looking on F10. Everyone keeps stopping and then jumping, so that's a bit silly. What other servers have we got open? Actually, they've just come back. No, Wolfie's stopped
It's
again.
looking alright for me, Cap.
Yeah, that's okay here.
Yeah.
Cap, I think it's an
Once you're
issue
in
on
the
your end.
air, once you're in the air cap,
It's
you
okay
should
for me.
lose the lag.
Yeah, I've never seen it like this before, guys. It's very odd.
Is anybody on SRS for a radio
I'm up to 40 frames.
Oh, hang on, guys. I think I'm uploading. I'm uploading. That's why. I have to do it. I can't. You know, I need to do it. So let me just check the progress of the upload. 82%. 12 minutes left. Okay. So I'm going to lock Wolfie over here. No, because he's disappeared again. Sweet. Let's go back and find him. I'm going to go 0. There's Mr. Wolfie. Let's get him. Okay, I clicked on him. It's drawn a line from me to him on the P scope. I've never seen that before. What's that line?
You've locked.
Roger. Is that TWS or an STT?
If you don't double tap, it's TWS.
Okay.
It should say PID in the bottom right if it's TWS.
Yeah, understood. It does say PID. Okay.
Wolfie's getting no warning, so it must be TW.
Roger. Okay, I'm going to follow you out. I'm going to see what I can tell about you from my P scope. I see you with my eyes, but I'm going to pretend I don't. Oh, stop jumping about, Wolfie. Right, I can see you've got a 0.6 next to you on the P scope. Do we know what that 0.6 means? Is that his speed in Mach, maybe?
Ray gun.
So.
Just kidding.
Okay. Also, next to him, Swede, he's just disappeared, so let me...
Negative, I was doing Mach 0.85.
Roger, stand by.
Closure rate.
Closure rate. Roger. Okay. Roger. I'm going to leave the PID, the scope for a little bit because it's not really working because it's lagging out all the time. There's an 11 next to him as well. Does anyone know what that 11 could mean? On the left of it.
He'll probably
range.
at Angels 11.
No, negative. I've just seen it range. Right, if I go to the HUD now, I see a box around him, designated box. I also see a range scale, not relevant to any weapon, I don't think, because I don't think I've got weapon selected. And I can see a number, which is definitely our closure rate. I can see... That's it. Next thing I'm going to do is select a weapon. How do you select a weapon, guys, then?
Just go on PCA select, and then select.
Yeah, so mag would be Magic's S530, the Super 530s, and the gun you need to set, I think.
Are we talking about that thing on the right of the arm?
Yes, left of the thing.
Yes, I've clicked I took S30. It's actually come up with 2 more, RDO, Pol and TAF. Have you got that?
On
They're
top.
special radar modes.
Okay, well, we're not going to mess around with that, boys. So, I can't fire because I've only got a TWS lock. So the next thing I'm going to do is get a full ball lock. Do I just press thing again?
You can fire it. It will automatically hard lock him once you fire.
Jump. Next I'm going to IFF. I'm going to press the IFF button. What can I expect to see?
So it depends whether you have the target currently locked or not. If you don't have him locked and you're just looking at the chevron, then it will show a little diamond at the inside of the chevron.
If he's
a filled out one, if he's friendly.
Roger.
You don't get a return if he's unfriendly, or you know.
What about the HUD?
On the HUD you don't.
A
if it's friendly.
It is. Also, if you have him locked, you see, that the lines, the box around him, will be double lines if he's friendly.
Roger. What I'm getting when I IFF him is an A for a few seconds in his target designated box in the HUD. So that sounds about right, doesn't it, guys? I've lost lock because it's disappeared again.
Can somebody give me a radio check on SOS on guard on 243?
Wolfie, stop running away.
All right, 243.
Hey,
I'm going to try and get Stahl now. He's on my left, Angel 11. Lag. I think it's going to crash. I may need a reboot. Yes. Cap got timed out. Okay, I'm going to wait for this download to finish and then I'll be back in doing it properly.